hearing. I have my hearing aid in, but I'm going to turn it up, so it's okay if I don't hear you. Yeah.
Tell me the history of your shirt.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
you were asking about this. I bought this. I bought this at UF bookstore about a year ago when I was here. They have different shirts. I think this was like $65 or something.
Wow, I wonder if the family probably didn't like it. Yeah. But it's
Any other questions?
It's paint.
There's only a few blocks up the street is Benmont Tench Building that
The Tench Building.
belonged to his grandfather or something who
Yeah,
was mayor.
it did. It was his father's. It was his father's law.
I just didn't know if you were aware of it.
Oh, I know that.
Okay.
I appreciate you telling me, but I can. I have a lot. My wife, bless her heart. I'm driving around town to pick her up at the airport, and I can't help but drive by places and say, oh, that's where they're at. So I'm immediately breaking into this. It's the place where the father had the law practice, and it used to be. I think it was an uncle that was a dentist there, and at one time it was a shoe store. And Benoit, when he was a kid, worked at the shoe store in that building, which is all on the
Okay,
website.
I just want to make sure you.
No, I appreciate it. And I have all the Tench graves, the Tench family graves that are mapped, and of course the home and all that stuff. But yeah, those things I might not.
I used to live on the house.
Yeah.
His dad was living.
Okay, so
I owned a house.
I'm a 1962 graduate of Gainesville High. So I did not know Tom Petty, but I wrote a book about school desegregation here, which is a really tough topic, and I don't want to get into that.
Class of 70 back here who lived through with that.
So anyway, I did an interview of a fellow GHS graduate 2 years ahead of me, who was Tom Petty's English teacher at Gainesville High School. And, we talked about desegregation. He gave me a lot of good stuff. And then I somehow ran into the homecoming queen from my class and just mentioned her. I talked to Shelton Boyles, is that guy's name, who's passed on, by the way. And Mary said, well, let me tell you a story about Shelton. Shelton had Tom Petty in his English class, and Tom Petty was not cooperating. And Shelton took Tom aside and said, Tom, you can get this stuff. And Tom said, man, I don't need this stuff. I'm going to play music. And Shelton said, Tom, if you're going to play music, you're going to need this stuff for your day job.
Kind of to follow up on that in terms of Gainesville High School and classes and stuff. I won't name the people that told me this, but 2 people, very connected to Tom this past week were in chorus with him in school, and like 4th grade right on up to high school, and let's just say that everyone reports that his voice stood out from the chorus, where they're all trying to sound the same. And the chorus teacher was trying to figure out any way to get Tom Petty out of the...
So I just want to tell one of those GHS stories. A good friend of mine was a social studies teacher there, Joe Lowe, and he tells a story about Don Felder. So this isn't exactly a Tom story, but he said that in Don's senior year, he had to take him out in the hall and say, Don, there's graduating from GHS, there's music, cars, and girls, and something's got to give. And Don did graduate. So
I have Don Felder's house mapped on there because of the connection with the piano lessons and so on. Any other questions?
Well, actually, I read this that was the only class Tom was good in English, and he liked to write poems. He was bad in all classes except the English. That's why his writing
I read the same one.
excellent. But did you map Crystal River? That's a place in
Yes, it's on there. I didn't say there's 183 stops, but I have 11 sections, and they're all, you know, named with clever names, or at least I think they're clever. But anyway, I have the lyrical threads part, and Crystal River is on there. I mean, it's not, you know, it's like mapped to like a spot along the Crystal River, like a park or whatever. One can stand there and look at Crystal River and listen to the song and think about the girl in the other song. Right? Yeah, that's right. Cool. Yeah. Any other questions? I think I have 5 minutes or so. I don't know. Yeah.
Casadega, you mentioned Crystal River, I haven't been to your site, but I am going there since I
Okay.
can. So I just wondered if you could speak to that a little.
Oh, yeah, I can. I've been there 3 times, and I'm going the 4th time next week or so. Yeah, so it's actually Casadega, one word, and the song comes out of Casadega. I mean, I'm telling this to people who are probably primarily from Florida, so you know this more than I do, but it's an interesting place. Let me just put it that way. And it's growing up around it. I can see that they're building like condos and stuff. And pretty soon it's probably going to be kind of squeezed up. But if you go there, in terms of this little town, which is a spiritualist community that goes back to the 1800s. I think they came from New Hampshire or Massachusetts or something like that, and set up. But it's like stepping back in time. So there's all, you know, like 2-story wooden homes in Florida that the termites haven't gotten to, and you know, there's a temple, a spiritualist temple, and there's like a gift store. You can go in and buy like your incense and rocks and other spiritualist things, but I mean, this is the song that is written now. Last time I was there, I walked into the gift shop and I was asking some questions about something that was there. And I have a bunch of pictures on the site. It's just a really funky place. Go to Ferry and Nome Park if you go there. So, I think it's called. You'll find it. But I asked someone in the store where something was, and they told me, and then they said, "Why are you asking?" And I explained what I was doing. And I think I gave one of these flyers or whatever. And she said, "Well, there's no evidence that Tom Petty was actually ever here." And I said, "Yeah, but there's no evidence that he wasn't." and does that even really matter? Right? I mean,
Especially
you could have heard about it or whatever. I mean, do I know 100% that he went there? No. And do I say it 100% on the website? No. But there's a song, and of course, naturally, I have the song there. When I go, I put it on repeat on my, and I just walk around the town, and I hear it about 6 times, you know, and stuff. So,
And the halfway
anyway,
place to eat in that town is called Sinatra's. I'll bet you $100 Sinatra never went to Casadega.
That's like,
true.
The hotel and restaurant there, yes, that's right. Any other questions? Wow, this is great.
Well,
Oh,
that's something I'm curious about.
Yeah.
How many of all of us got to go to this 40th anniversary concert?
Oh, I did, yeah.
What do you say?
Where? I didn't hear that.
Very fortunate.
Do we have a question?
No, just raising my hand.
What's that?
No, I just was at the 40th.
Question or you waiting?
I was just gonna say, I graduated in 1973 and you probably noticed already.
Gordon has
Like,
it.
in 1972.
Which I
Dan Lynch was in our graduating class, so.
It's my hearing thing. Stan Lynch graduated from Young High School.
He came out, and my first played there in 1972 in the gymnasium. He came out, so if you haven't missed that, you know, not that.
Because I put on a channel yeah, sometimes it can get pretty granular.
Oh, you're Melanie. Hi, nice to see you.
I used to give bus tours.
I know.
People that are on bus tours.
Guess what? guess what? I got a couple months ago, someone in Georgia who does bus tours in Macon for like Allman Brothers stuff. They emailed me and said, we're doing a wedding. Can we hire you? I'm like, no. Use my website. Yeah.
So I did bus tours, but I also wanted to mention two things. So Tom Petty's English teacher that just died recently. He was I want to say bored. He had this podcast about the hog on it. Do you remember? No? So anyhow, he said when Tom and the band were moving to California, they came by and he said, you were my best teacher. And the only class I always attended was at Gainesville High.
Oh, that's nice. Anyway, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Okay.